Hey everyone, it's Alyssa and I'm back for another cash envelope stuffing video. It is the end of January today. It is actually January 31st and today I got paid again, and I actually completely forgot that January was getting 3 paychecks. So this is my normal bullet journal that I am using for 2020, and when I made my January budget spreadsheet or spread in my bullet journal, I only did 2 paychecks because that's typically what I get in a month, but I completely forgot that January has 3. So it is what is considered my extra paycheck, even though of course it's not an extra paycheck. I still have to put money in envelopes such as gas, groceries, all of that good stuff. So it's not truly extra, but there are some things that I can skip from this paycheck, which is really nice. But just nonetheless, that is why I am writing in my old bullet journal for this paycheck, because I just don't have anywhere to put it in my new bullet journal. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in. Before I do that, I'm just gonna explain that on this other side, I just kind of jotted down the general plan. It's kind of rough because it was literally just a sketch, but I just wrote out my bills that come out of my account or I'm expected to pay monthly. And those include cell phone, Adobe Suite, AMC A-List, Spotify, and car insurance. I knew car insurance I already had the full month of January saved up for, so I could skip it because I have 2 more paychecks until that bill is due. And I typically split all of my bills into 2 anyways, so there was no need for me to put in my bi-weekly amount into car insurance because I had 2 more paychecks to cover that amount. And the same thing happened with all of my other bills except for Spotify. That is the only one that I do need to contribute to in this paycheck. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in. Okay, so as you can see, this is the amount that I was paid this paycheck, and I am so happy about that. Things are really looking up at my job, and I am really excited that I kind of stuck it out. I really do enjoy my work, and I was recently cross-trained in another department that I'm really enjoying. So I'm happy that I kind of stuck with my employer until I was able to get my hours back. And this week I worked a full 40 hours, and so I'm super excited for the next paycheck that I will be getting. So as you can see, I don't have to put anything into cell phone, Adobe Suite, or AMC A-List. I do have to put $5 into Spotify, but that is it from this section, and I will, as always, decide how much I'm putting into wedding at the very end. And so I'll move you back down to cash envelopes. Gas, I do not need to get this week. TJ filled up my tank when we got home from Joshua Tree on Sunday, and so I have hardly driven and my tank is still practically full, so I will not need gas for the next 2 weeks. I'm pretty certain of that. Groceries, I'm going to do 100 as I have been doing recently. Spending, I'm gonna do 60. Since this is like kind of an extra paycheck, I don't have a problem with giving myself a little bit of extra spending money. And toiletries, I am going to do 20, which is what I did last paycheck. I just feel like I've been running out of toiletry money kind of quickly sometimes, so I just want to make sure. Oops, I did clothing, but I'm going to do 20 for clothing and 20 for toiletries. So I just make sure that I'm not running out of money for things that I need. When it comes to toiletries. Car insurance, I'm skipping. Car maintenance, I will put $50 in again. Christmas, we'll get the usual 20. Gifts, we'll get 15. TJ's birthday, I'm also going to do 15. If you pay attention to my videos on a bi-weekly basis, then you know that this was previously our anniversary. But that has passed now, so now I start to save up for TJ's birthday, which is in September. And then finally, last but not least, I have dogs, which will get 40. So I'm gonna go ahead and total up my cash envelope amount so I can figure out how much I can put into wedding from this paycheck. Okay, so the total amount that I'll be taking out of the bank is $340. And of course, all I really have to add to that is $5 from Spotify, and then subtract that number from the $1,019 that I was paid. And so that means I can put a whopping $674 into savings from this paycheck. So that feels really good. I was able to get a nice chunk saved from this paycheck. So $679 is what I need to transfer from my checking account to my Capital One savings accounts. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the breakdown at the very bottom, and then I will head to the bank and get the cash for this paycheck. So groceries will get $100 bill. Spending will get 3 20s. Clothing will get a 20. Toiletries will get a 20. Car maintenance gets a 50. Christmas will get a 20. Gifts and TJ's birthday both will get a 10 and a 5. And then dogs get 2 more 20s. So I'm gonna go ahead and total that up and make sure that equals $340. And it does. So I'm just gonna write $340 down here and then write the amount that I need. And then I will take a picture of that and head to the bank to get the cash. Alright, so I will be back with the cash and I will stuff the envelopes for you guys. Alrighty, so it is many days later and I am finally getting around to stuffing my cash envelopes. I have just been so busy this week. This week was, well, it's only Thursday right now when I'm filming this, but it has just been crazy this week. Lots of exciting things happening for TJ and I, but it's just made filming this a little bit difficult, but I'm sitting down and doing it now. So I have already put in the $100 for groceries and spent some of that, and I put in the $40 for spending and spent some of that. So those two are good to go. And then I do not need gas this paycheck, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put my 20 into clothing and a 20 into toiletries. So that is it for my wallet. I need to put this sticker on my car, I think. We got this when we were in Joshua Tree, and I just like the idea of having a national park sticker on my car since we drove my car through the national park. So let's go ahead and do 40 into dogs. I still have this old 20 in here. Every time I've been taking anything out from this envelope, I've been leaving the old 20 in there just because it looks so cool, but I'm sure I will use it at some point. Car insurance, I am able to skip. Christmas gets a 20. And we are at 60 saved for Christmas so far. Gifts is gonna get 15. Okay, so we are at 40 for gifts. Sometimes I just don't track these for a while. It's the 6th today. This is the thinnest micron pen ever, but you can see there I'm tracking the amount in this envelope. And then for our anniversary, or no, for TJ's birthday, it gets 15. I just totally had that stuck in my head that I was saving for our anniversary, but that has passed. And then the last 50 goes into card maintenance. So I'm going to tally this one up too. so I have $340 in car maintenance. So that brings us to the end of this cash envelope stuffing. It was my quote-unquote extra paycheck, so that's kind of why it was a bit shorter. I didn't need to put anything into a couple of the envelopes, but it's always nice to have a little bit of extra money. And for those of you who get paid every 2 weeks like I do, you have this happen twice a year, where you get 3 paychecks in a month. So it's always exciting when that happens. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. I post these every other week corresponding with my paychecks, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.